Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and welcome back to another how to install video. I have received quite a few requests to update my tutorial videos concerning various mods for Napoleon Total War, so here is the first video, which will be covering how to install Darthmod. And I decided to go with Darthmod because it's actually one of the simplest mods to install for Napoleon Total War, and then the next tutorial videos, the next 3 or 4, I would say, tutorial videos will also be dedicated to various mods in Napoleon Total War, so stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and dive in and get this mod installed. So go into your Google search bar and type in moddb.com, and then into the search bar at the top of the screen, just start typing in Darthmod, and it should be the second one, because we're installing the one for Napoleon. And then navigate over to the Files tab, and you can see it hasn't been updated recently whatsoever, but people do want to have an updated video, and I am happy to deliver that. So let's go ahead and right-click and open the link in the new tab, and then hit Download Now. It's not a very large mod, it's about half a gigabyte, so it should download pretty quickly. Again, for those of you guys that are using Google Chrome, I highly recommend that you use that instead of Internet Explorer and Firefox, because they do seem to cancel downloads, or they interact with your firewall settings and stop you from downloading them, so Google Chrome is just the most reliable one. But as I said, it's a very small mod, so it doesn't take that long at all to download, and we're already done. So let's go ahead and close both of those files there, and then double click on the mod file, or the exe file, because it is an installer, which is very nice. And then here we are, Darthmod Napoleon, so just hit next, next, I agree, next. And then this is where most of you guys will have your Napoleon Total War installed on, your C drive. And if that is the case, then that is fine. Feel free to hit next. But I have to change this pathway because I actually have it installed on my G drive. But for those of you who have it installed on the C drive, but maybe have like a Sega version, a CD version, I will leave an annotation at the bottom of the screen as to what is the correct pathway. But for me, I have to put it on my, hold on, where are we looking here? There we go, PC. I have to put it on my G drive. So G, then Steam Games, Steam Apps Common, down to Napoleon Total War here, and OK. So that is my pathway. And then once you're done, just hit next, and next, or start. And there you go. You can see it already added the desktop shortcut for us. And now it's just extracting all of the mod into your Napoleon Total War folder. And if we actually navigate over there, you guys don't have to do that. But if you go over to where your Napoleon folder is, you should actually be able to verify that the Darthmod files are in there. So you can see we've got the exe to uninstall the mod, and if you look in the data folder, we've got the Darthmod folder right here. So just to confirm that it did go into the correct folder. But as I said, that's kind of an extra step. You don't have to do that. And then once you're done, just go ahead and click Exit and close those out. And I'm going to launch the mod now, but just bear in mind the launcher actually has some pretty loud music, so maybe just turn down your headphones a little bit as I click through here. I'll try and turn it down as quickly as possible. There we go. So this is the Napoleon Darthmod launcher, and in the settings you can enable the default for single player and multiplayer. And when you click on that, it will just bring you to a screen where you can actually set the options, so you can get 2x unit size, which is really nice. You can add in like projectile trails, larger deployment zones, which is very nice. And it also has 4 separate languages here, which is very cool. And then once you're done, just move over to the main page. And it resets the sound. There we go. And one thing I will say, actually there's 2 things that I'll say about this launcher before we move on. The first one is if you decide to download any other mods, a little sneak peek, the next how to install that I'm going to be covering is the Great War mod. And if you have Darthmod and the Great War mod running at the same time, this is a very, very crucial step. the Great War mod cannot work on top of Darthmod Napoleon Total War, or it can, but the files are going to be merged and it's going to be an absolute mess, and it's going to be very unstable. So what you have to do before launching the Great War mod, you can definitely have them both installed at the same time, but before you launch it, you have to go into the launcher, into the settings, or apologies, into utilities, and then you have to restore vanilla. Now, this doesn't delete all of your Darthmod files, it just restores the version of Napoleon to its vanilla standard, and then you can launch the Great War mod. Okay, so that's very, very important. Make sure that you do that before you try to play any other mods, and I would imagine that it's the same with Napoleon Total War 3 and March of the Eagles and all of those other mods. So that's the first thing, so make sure that you do that. And then, oh, I accidentally closed it here. When you go in, sometimes when you hit play, it actually will load the game, but then the launcher will disappear and it doesn't launch the mod. So I'm going to try and show you that. Of course, while I'm recording, it won't actually do that, but I did test it several times, and sometimes it doesn't work. So it'll look like it's loading the mod, and then it says, you're ready to launch Napoleon manually. Please do not close the launcher. Okay, and then nothing happens. So what you guys have to do is go over to Settings, Auto Start, Enable, and then when you hit play, it's going to load into the mod. And there we go. It's as easy as that. So I think that with those two little tidbits of information there, that's going to solve a lot of your guys' problems where you were telling me you were having issues with launching the mod. And probably there was nothing wrong with your installation process at all, but it was just the fact that either the launcher wasn't pushing through, or maybe you had other mods installed that were conflicting. There's 101 different reasons for it, but there we go. Darthmod Napoleon is installed. As I said, one of the easiest mods to install, and it really adds some quality gameplay and spices up the vanilla experience, so I highly recommend it. But let's just jump into a basic campaign here. Not that one. If we go to the campaign of the coalitions, and Austria, who's going to have a quick battle early on? Probably Austria, so let's jump in as them. And again, guys, you don't have to watch this portion of the video. I just always tag this on to the end of the videos just to prove to you that it does indeed work, because many people actually do how to install videos and they don't prove that it works. Like, they can launch into the game fine, but who knows, you could have a crash at turn 1, right? So yeah, let's just declare war, that's fine. So I always like to do an end turn just to show there is no end turn crashing, and also load into battles too, because a lot of people experience issues with loading into battles. So that seems pretty good. Let's just throw this in just for a little bit of stress and hit end turn. It's interesting. Napoleon campaigns are probably some of the least played campaigns for me, personally. Like, I've played a ton of Attila, a ton of Rome 2, 1,500 hours in Medieval 2, and I've got a good amount on Rome 1, but Napoleon and Empire I never really got into, until recently, actually. I'm playing more and more actual multiplayer battles, but yeah, I haven't really experienced the campaign all that much, which is too bad, because it's a huge campaign, a huge theater. Okay, don't care about you, don't care about you, and let's go ahead and attack. We're probably not going to win, but even still, let's go ahead and assault. Almost there. Come on. It's too bad that my solid state drive is so small. I would love to have put my solid state drive on... Or sorry, I would have loved to put Napoleon on my solid state drive just so it loads a lot faster, but it's such a small thing that I can only have a few, pretty much a few mods installed at a time. Put my militia there, get my light infantry in front. All this is irrelevant, basically, but just loading into a battle to show you that it does work. And there you go. That is a successful launch of Napoleon with Darthmod. Can slide up my troops over here as well. But that is pretty much everything. No crashing on the end turn, and that was a huge hit. Oh my goodness, sorry guys that I got so distracted there, but that was insane. Almost half of the Austrian army, or the Kingdom of Saxony, my apologies, clumped there, and we got some pretty insane shots with that artillery piece. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you do have any issues, just leave a comment down below, and I will certainly try and help you out to the best of my abilities. But until next time, guys, again, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one.